I would like to present to you our study on the effects of bariatric surgery on the connectivity of major resting state networks. Obesity is linked to altered brain functioning and resting state networks associated with reward and interoception. However, studies on changes induced by bariatric surgery are not quite as comprehensive. Bariatric surgery is highly effective in treating morbidly obese patients by inducing rapid weight loss. This is mediated by food restriction, but also linked to a normalization of appetite regulation and food reward processes. The question is how the responsible brain networks, namely the reward and default mode network, are affected by the surgery, possibly contributing to the treatment success. Recent studies suggest that brain functioning may be restored, but they lack an adequate control group measured over a longitudinal time frame. Importantly, overweight and weight change is accompanied by distinct patterns of head motion. Therefore, increased susceptibility of motion artifacts can be expected in such study samples. In our study, we are addressing these shortcomings by employing state-of-the-art motion correction and by contemporaneously measuring a control group that is comparable regarding initial weight and eligibility for the surgery. We expect that over the course of 1 year, our groups will differentiate regarding functional connectivity of the target networks. This assumption is based on the different weight development over time. We computed the functional connectivity of the reward and default mode network by using a seed-based approach on the nucleus accumbens and precuneus. Beyond the whole brain map, we extracted an aggregated within-network metric as well. Connectivity maps were preprocessed using 2 denoising pipelines, one lenient and one rigorous one. Moreover, we used different covariate schemes in our models, particularly in the interest of exploring the effects of head motion. Since longitudinal data is clustered within participants, we opted for multi-level models to estimate the proposed interaction effect of time and surgery. Similarly, we estimated the gradient influence of weight and weight loss, carefully considering head motion in different ways. For this purpose, we split variables, as shown for BMI, into average and change measures. Note that the pre-registration for these analyses can be accessed via the QR code. We did not find the proposed interaction effect of intervention and time, but we did replicate the effect of weight on reduced default mode network connectivity, however only for lenient denoising on whole brain level, as can be seen in Figure 1. Whether or not weight loss affected the reward network connectivity was dependent on a particular way of motion correction. Results can be seen in Figure 2. With a lack of evidence for an effect of bariatric surgery compared to an adequate control group, and mixed results that heavily depend on denoising and motion correction, we propose to carefully consider effects of head motion in future obesity studies and pooling data to better understand the dynamics of resting state networks.